What can I say?
What can you
They
say?
said he was finished.
Ah,
I said he wasn't finished.
reloading.
Now he's become the finisher.
Finisher.
This is Martinelli. Magnifico goal.
Ah,
Marvelous Martinelli.
Brazilian.
This
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the greatest of all time, the one and only man to ever bark, Gabriel Martinelli. Ladies and gentlemen, Sting, the floor is yours.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Just come a bit closer. Yeah.
Man, no problem. You know, Mos. What can I say?
What can you
They
say?
said he was finished.
Ah,
I said he wasn't finished.
reloading.
Now he's become the finisher.
Finisher.
This is Martinelli. Magnifico goal.
Ah,
Marvelous Martinelli.
Brazilian.
This is what it's about, brah. Man, that goal was poetic, bro. It was slow motion going in. Everyone gasped for air. You know what I mean? It was like a movie. You know when you play that basketball scene? Yeah, it was like that. Anyway, bro. I'm just glad that we got the draw at the end. You know what I mean? We didn't deserve to lose. We gave it to them early in terms of we had everything that first 8 minutes. We had possession. We were attacking. The thing was, we had possession. We were attacking. The thing was, we lacked that clinical edge in terms of forcing it. Just forcing it a little bit more. So we'll make good runs. We'll get in good positions and then pass the ball back. That classic like we always do instead of capitalizing, and looking at the runs early. Again, that midfield. Look, I don't want to criticize it because it has its place, but I thought we would, start with a little bit more attacking flair. You know what I mean? Martinelli, his role, that's great. But Trossard, come on second half as well. You know what I mean? I would have started then with Eze. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then still kept Mourinho in that midfield, but start with Eze on the left. Eze. But at the end of the day, I'm just glad that we came back. You know what I mean? We got a draw. It sucks, but it's all right for now. We just need to stay focused and keep the eye on Liverpool. I'm glad we had that Liverpool fighting spirit, but we just didn't push over at the end because, we didn't get that first goal early enough to then press on. But have you ever seen City with 10 men, 11 men behind the ball? That was crazy. Exactly. We had City under pressure like this. They were on counter-attacks. I've never seen them counter-attack like this. You know what I mean? And yeah, we gave Haaland that opportunity. He jumped onto the shot there. It was 2-on-2. It was supposed to be 3-on-3, but he left Gabriel in the dust today. Today, on that one duel, he had Gabriel. Other than that, wasn't the case, but that was also what irritated me because there was a few times when they hit us on the counter attack and Gabriel's in their half, so and then the rest of the guys are like trying to clean up the mess, and being put under pressure. Saliba done well, first game back. After a while, he settled in. And it was like with Mascara at the end, but a shout out to Mascara. He's played well. Martinelli 2 goals in the past few games, understanding his new role. And I like it like this. You know what I mean? Competition. He's capitalizing on these moments. And even if he doesn't have to start 90 minutes, it's fine as long as he does what he's doing. Whether he plays 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Today he needed 10 minutes. Had he had 20 minutes, who knows what could have happened. You saw the game change when Saka and Eze came on, but at the same time, Madueke had his chances. It's just we didn't. Gyökeres, there was a part with Trossard when he passed to him. He took a deflection. Yeah, certain balls, but we're finding him more than we have previously. It's just not enough. Right. But yeah, good game.
Right. Touching on Gyökeres now, I did notice during the game, you guys tend to put a lot of passes together. Why do you guys not play with your striker? Because there were many times you could have just slid a through ball to Gyökeres, but you guys decided to go out wide. Yeah. Why is that?
Yeah, we shouldn't have gone out wide today. I think we should have attacked in the middle. They looked vulnerable in the middle there, and then they blocked our wide attack, and I also didn't like that. The problem was because we started with that 3 defensive midfielders with Mourinho, Rice, and Zubamendi. So if we had an Eze in there or Ethan in there from the beginning, we would have had that person that's looking for the forward pass. This is what I was mentioning now to say, we were playing well. We got into good positions. We would make good runs and then just pass the ball back instead of having that clinical edge, looking for the forward pass and finding our attackers more in better positions or better runs.
Yeah, all right. So you are in a sense trying to say that these 3 defensive midfielders are hindering the potential of this Arsenal attack. Is that it?
I don't want to say that because it has its place, and it has its time. But today, when we're at home, I wouldn't want it at home. I understand away and when we come with a certain strategy, but for some reason, Ateta wants to keep on playing with this idea of this. And I see it because all three of those players can attack and score goals, and that's what they're doing. But when they have other roles to do with other players, not where it's three defensive midfielders, when they score, it's they're blocking the attacking midfielder so he can score, or they coming on later runs like in their national sides where they're each performing. But when we like with Zubamendi him getting his goals last week, Mourinho wasn't on the field. I think at that. No, it was. He went to striker. But we had someone else also come on. I think we still had Eze on. Or we had some attackers. Something brings on the difference that these guys can make runs and they free. Anyway, it has its place, and I just think we need to try something else now. We've tried this, and when we're at home, I think we need to have a different approach.
All right. So in there, bro, I saw how frustrated you were when the corners were not going your way. Bro. I saw how frustrated you were inside when the corners were not going through for you. So who do you think was Arsenal's most underperforming player today?
I just think again Donnarumma was performing well. It almost came to a stage where I'm telling myself, we need to score. It's not about just against City, it's about Donnarumma. I need to score against this man. This man, he can't just block us like I said. Now we killed that Juju. It's gone now. He's not unstoppable with us. Yeah, we can't get past it. And like I said, it was a beautiful goal from Martinelli. That's why it was just so poetic and so beautiful. And it came at the end, lifted our spirits because it was tense the whole game. I won't say we had an underperforming player in terms of corners. Okay, look, Madueke's delivery at certain times were not great. We had a whole lot of corners, but we didn't make any of them count, so that sucked. But Donnarumma was good at corners today. He's one of those keepers that's showing. At the times, it even felt like it was at practice. You know what I mean? With some of our corners, and it was very frustrating because these are opportunities to take advantage, and we weren't taking advantage of it. We weren't making trouble for him. There was 1-2 times when we stood in front of him, but other than that, we'll be behind him or something like that, and he'll have a clear pass to jump. There was a time where him and Calafiori head-butted or kissed each other, and that's what I like to see. You know what I mean? I want to see him, or not rough, because I don't want anyone hurt, but attacking, going for it, not being scared, fearless, because you never know what could happen. It could have bounced off his head by mistake and gone in.
Like the Chelsea game yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so who's your man of the match?
I didn't even think about that lacquer, you know what I mean? It's like me, so because I was just overall just a tense game. I loved how everyone played. So I have to give it to my man who came at the end and was the finisher. I have to give it to Martinelli, the super sub. But overall, if I have to give it on someone that played a little bit longer, no, it's a tight one because everyone played well. Everyone done what they needed to, but I just didn't like when City counter-attack, and then there was times when we had like 4 players around Doku and we still don't get the ball. Sometimes that happens like this. But anyway, it was. We came back at the end. That's what matters. So I have to give it to Martinelli.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching today's video. Kindly like, comment, and share if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel for more videos. And I will see you soon in the next video.